Good morning, bonjour, buenos dias, sabona, ginege. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Welcome back to the Nourishment Co. Coming at you from this beautiful spring morning here, but remember it could be any time of day in your world. We've got the plovers. I'm sure you can hear them screaming in the background as well. We have a nice short, well, I'm trying to keep it short, right? But a fairly short, kind of strong yoga practice this morning. Remember, you can adjust, change, modify whatever you need to. You can take some of it, you can leave the rest. It's totally up to you how you want to take on this practice. But again, I thank you for joining me and namaste. Find your mat or your seat or whatever you have around you. Sit as comfortably as you can or as you like. Let's close the eyes. Notice where the hands sit and take a couple of big deep breaths just to land and arrive. Acknowledging wherever you might have come from this morning, whatever you've been doing today, no matter how your day was. Maybe it's evening for you and you've just gotten home. So take that moment, acknowledge whatever has happened, acknowledge however you're feeling, however you have shown up is just right. Notice your breath. Take note of any sensation in your body. That might be something physical that you're feeling. Maybe it's a little more emotional, or it could be something psychological. It might be some words or sentences that is running through your mind at the moment. And again, we acknowledge those things, warranted that they are here. You might choose to set an intention for this little short practice here and now. Maybe just to get into your physical body. Maybe it's just to take a couple of big deep breaths. Take another big breath in through the nose. Let's sigh out through the mouth. We'll do that 2 more times. Big breath in. Sigh out. 1 more. Big breath. Alrighty, you can blink open your eyes. We are going to take eagle arms. Let's take left arm underneath the right arm. Wrap up the arms. I hope this doesn't distort my microphone too much. I might come sideways to you as well. Elbows towards shoulder height. Arms and hands wrapped up. You might choose to be here instead, holding opposite shoulder blades. And now we're going to cat-cow the spine. So inhale as you arch the spine, opening up heart, lifting chin and eyes. And then as you exhale, close the spine, spreading the back of the heart towards the wall behind you, hugging the elbows towards your belly. Inhale as you open up. And then exhale as you curl and round. Now I'm going to give you the option to make this a little bigger, coming up onto the knees, inhale. And then as you exhale, move the sit bones back, hug the elbows towards your belly. Inhale to open, and then exhale. Big breath. Breath out. Again, inhale. And exhale. Let's unravel the arms. Inhale, open the arms, big cactus. And then as you exhale, swap the arms. Then wrap them up. Inhale, let's keep it moving. Exhale. So we've got the opposite wrap of the arms now, but we continue to move through this cat-cow shape from a kneeling position. You might be seated on your bottom, that's also okay. Good, we're going to do 2 more here. Big breath in. Exhale. Big breath in. Exhale. All right, unravel the arms. Big cactus, open up the heart. Maybe move the hips forward and then bring yourself into a high plank. Right, high plank from knee option here. Notice how the knees are back away from the hips. I'm got wrists underneath shoulders, gripping into knuckles and fingertips. Option here, tuck the toes and come up onto your feet. So high plank from your feet. Remember, you've got this option here, high plank from your knees. We are going to hold and stay. So I want you to feel the front of your body start to light up, pressing into knuckles and fingertips. Maybe a little slight dome through the upper part of your back. So you're spreading the shoulder blades, and imagine your heart now shining towards this beautiful blue sky above me. Front of the belly is strong. I'm really warming up through the front of my body now. Now my knees are lifted, so I'm squeezing kneecaps and then reaching energy all the way out through my heels. Take a big deep breath in here. Breathe out fully. We are going to come down to low plank, right? Options from your toes here, right? It could look the same, but you might be on your knees. Some of you might choose to come to forearm plank from knees, or maybe forearm plank from toes. So you've got lots of different options to play with here. Just find a position that is closer to the mat. I'm coming back to hands and toes. We stay here. 2 more big breaths. Stay with me. Right, I did say this might be a bit of a strong practice this morning. Good, 1 more big breath in. Breathe out fully. Good, press back to high plank and then to downward facing dog. Now I'm keeping my head forward just slightly so I don't get muffled into the microphone, right? But have a look at down dog. I'm moving here, so pedaling through the heels, moving hip side to side. Now, once you're in your down dog, you're going to drop your head so you're looking back between your feet, right? And again, I'm just keeping my eyes forward so I don't get muffled in the microphone. Take 1 more breath here in down dog. Breathe out. All right, supported side plank. Take 1 knee down, same hand down, top leg long, top arm reaches. Supported side plank. It doesn't matter what side you're doing, right? Just have 1 side down, 1 side up, supported by having the top leg reaching out towards the end of your mat. And again, it doesn't matter what end of your mat. If this is enough, I want you to stay right here. Option, lift the top leg. Maybe flex or point the toes wherever you feel strong. I feel quite strong flexing toes. So I'm flexing the toes back towards the shin, back towards shin. Big breath here. Breathe out. Another option, hand towards foot. And if you haven't got the foot yet, that's okay. Just reach towards the foot, pull the foot in towards your bottom. But if you've got the space, grab the foot, kick into that hand, turn the heart towards the sky. Move the hips towards me, towards your camera, right? So move the hips towards your screen, I should say. Move your hips forward. Maybe turn the heart up. Take a big breath. Breathe out. Release on an inhale, lengthen. Bring the foot down. We're up in gate pose, but we are going to head straight over to the other side. Supported side plank, other side. Reach. So we're still facing our screen. We've just moved to the other end of our mat. Right, and you're here supported. Reaching, taking up space, spreading the heart. Option here, lift the top leg, maybe flex or point the toes wherever you feel strong. Again, I'm going to flex towards my shin, pressing down into the floor a lot, spreading heart, big breath. Option here, hand to foot, or you might choose just to reach towards the foot. If you do have it, kick into hand, opening up hips, heart, feeling a nice extension in the spine, and maybe gently turning the heart to the sky. How does that feel? Big breath. Breathe out. Take 1 more big breath. Breathe out fully. Release on an inhale, reach, and then let's take a seat. All right, boat pose, Navasana. Feet grounded, sit bones grounded. catch the back of the legs. Now pull on the back of the legs, lifting the heart, maybe gently lifting the chin. I want you to think about spreading the collarbones, opening up chest, strong back body, supported here by the arms, hugging the hamstrings. Option, come to tippy toes. Option, balance. Ooh. Option, maybe straighten legs. Oh, a little bit of a shake. That's a big stretch for the early morning. Take 2 more breaths in your boat pose. Take 1 more big breath. Breathe out fully. Good, you're going to cross the ankles. You're going to place your hands down the other end, and you're going to do your best to jump back towards downward facing dog. Ankles crossed, hands down, jump back, downward facing dog. Take a couple of big breaths here in your downward facing dog. If it needs to be pedaled or slowly walking your dog, wagging your imaginary tail. Otherwise, stillness may be the option. Breathe here. Breathe out. Come to stillness now. Take another breath. Down dog. Breath out. Right leg goes to sky. 3-legged dog. Step between the hands. Find your low lunge. Option 1 here. Back knee down. Arms up. We're moving to high crescent lunge, right? But your first option, keep the back knee down. Option 2, a more classic high crescent lunge. Option 3 here, keep the knee lifted, but drop that back knee as close to the mat as you can without touching. And you'll notice there's probably a lot more load now in the legs. So I want you to choose your level. No matter what level you've taken, pull the front of the pelvis up, right? Think about tailbone lengthening down towards the floor behind you. Try and keep shoulders above hips. And arms are strong here, right? Reaching fingertips towards the sky. Elbows can be bent to create space around the neck and shoulders. We take 2 more steady breaths in whatever variation of high crescent lunge that we've chosen. 1 more big breath. Breathe out fully. Arrowhead is our next pose. We're going to move forward, right? Squeezing back kneecap, leaning forward over front thigh, arms reach back. Arrowhead, right? If you need to modify this one, back knee is down, but notice we still lean forward in arrowhead. Option, back knee lifted. Option, fingertips behind the ears, reaching elbows out towards the sides of your space. Option, extended arrowhead. And if you're extending your arrowhead, I want you to think about biceps being up, away, outside of your periphery vision, right? So we try not to have the arms down here. We want to pull the thumbs towards the sky, creating more space through the front of the body, creating more challenge for the back of the body to hold the arms here, extended arrowhead. 2 more big breaths. 1 more big breath. Breathe out fully. We're going to stand up into stalk. So left knee is coming up towards the sky. Stand. Left knee, left toes pull up. Arms, fingers reach to sky. We're doing our best to balance on the right side. Grip down into your right foot. Right, 4 corners of that right foot gripping into the earth. Left knee pulls up. Left toes pull up. If the arms are too much, you could take this option. You've also got this option here. And if the hands are on the knee, I want you to pull the knee in towards your belly, pull the belly towards the knee, lighting up through the front of your body. So option here, option here, option here. 2 more. Stork pose. 1 more big breath. Breathe out fully. Inhale, stay. Exhale, Tadasana. Find the knuckles of the big toes touching, heels slightly apart. Close the eyes. Notice what's here. You might find a lift in your heart rate, breath rate, and hopefully a lift in the warmth in your body as well. Good, you can blink open your eyes. Find the top of your mat. Doesn't really matter which end is the top of your mat. Reach on up, big breath. Bow forward, exhale, breath. Take hands to shins, halfway lift. Press shins, long, strong legs, long, strong arms, and a long, strong spine. Crown of head reaches forward, sit bones reach back. Good. Place the hands down onto the mat, step back, downward facing dog. Come forward to a high plank, inhale. Come down to your low plank again, exhale. Good. You've got the option here for baby cobra. That's a breath in. You might have chosen upward facing dog, breath in. Downward facing dog, breath out. 1 breath here, inhale. Breathe out fully. Step left foot forward. Rise up, high crescent lunge. Remember options, you could be here. You could be here, or you could be here. So find your level, knowing that we are here for a few breaths. Reach fingers, reach through your arms, ground down into both feet. Pull front of pelvis up, lengthen tailbone down. Stay with me. Focus on whatever sensation is speaking to you most right now. Take 1 more big breath. Breathe out, be empty. Arrowhead, lean into it. Right, again, remember your options. Back knee could be down. If it is lifted, I want you to squeeze that kneecap a lot. Option here, fingertips near the ears. Option for extended arrowhead, reach forward and then take thumbs, forearms and biceps closer to the sky. And I'm sure you can hear how that has loaded my body by reaching forward. I'm sure you can hear it in my voice. Now lead with the crown of your head, right? Arrowhead. Think of an arrow shooting through the sky. Crown is reaching. And now think also heart. We're leading with our crown and our heart. Heart is also leading. Spread through the front of your body. Take 2 more big breaths here in arrowhead. 1 more big breath. Breathe out fully. Smoothly, as best you can, we're going to float up into stork pose. Press forward, right knee, right toes, pull up. Pull knee towards belly. Stay reaching towards sky, option. Otherwise, hands on hips. Otherwise, catch the knee. Right, so find your variation of stork. Think knee pulling towards heart. Heart and belly pulling towards knee. Front of body has lit up. Ground down into left foot. If you've taken this option, reach fingertips and crown towards sky. 3 steady breaths here. 2 more. One more, take the big breath in. Stay there, breathe out. And then just an inhale breath. And then Tadasana, exhale breath. Again, take that moment in Tadasana. Ground down into the four corners of both feet. Knuckles touch, heels slightly apart. Balance your hips, lengthen your spine. Option to close the eyes. Dive deep into whatever has shown up. Inhabit your whole body. Feel every sensation. Notice every bit of feedback. One more breath. Breathe out. Good. Again, reach up, inhale. Bow forward, exhale. Take halfway lift, hands could be here at shins, fingertips, floor, inhale. Step back, downward facing dog, exhale. Come forward, high plank, breathe in. Low plank for the breath out. You've got baby cobra or an upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Take a big breath here. Breathe out. And then child's pose. Take the knees towards the edges of your mat. Sit the sit bones back. Reach the fingertips forward. And you can drop your head down. So you're in a child's pose. I've just taken a seat so I don't get too muffled in the microphone. But right now, take this moment in child's pose. We're taking just 3 breaths. Take 2 more. One more. Alrighty, let's find ourselves a little closer to the mat. We are coming back to forearm plank, right? So you might have practiced that earlier instead of our low planks. Right now, forearm plank, right? From toes, option, knees, right? Again, notice where the knees are, right? They're further back from the hips. I'm pressing down into my forearms, spreading my fingers, pressing into knuckles and fingertips. All right, I'm taking the option again with knees up. Now I want you to think length through the tailbone, right? So we're not dropping through the belly. I want you to think lengthening tailbone back and down towards the heels. Notice how that lights you up through the front of your belly. Press into the forearms a little more to spread the shoulder blades through the back of the body. And your heart shining again to this beautiful blue clear sky. Take a big breath. Breathe out. Do that again, big breath. Full breath out. Dolphin pose. So my microphone is going to get a little muffled here, right? So just take a look at your screen. You can take a break. Dolphin, I'm going to show you first and then we'll talk about it. Hips, feet, head. Right, so did you see that? From forearm plank, the hips lift, the feet walk in, hips go higher, head, eyes go back. Right, so I want you to give that a go. All right, I'll do it with you again. From your forearm plank, pike the hips up, walk the feet in, drop the head back and look between your feet just like you would in downward facing dog. If you need that visual, I'm going to go with you again. If you're ready to do it, just go straight in, dolphin pose. You know, you're going to feel a lot of load through your upper body very quickly. If you need the visual again or you want to come with me, pick up hips, walk the feet in, head goes back, look between your feet. Stay with it. Keep sit bones reaching towards the sky. Press into your forearms a lot. You are stronger than you think. You are super capable. Stay with it. Think of elbows hugging towards each other. Press down into forearms more. Maybe walk the feet just a tiny little bit closer towards your elbows. Take one more big breath. Breathe out fully. Good work, Sphinx pose. Walk the feet back. Gently with control, drop the hips back down to the mat. Untuck the toes. Push the tops of the feet down, right? Tops of the feet down into the mat. Kneecaps lifted, squeeze your thighs. Now push down into your forearms. Keep that energy in your forearms. And heart pulls through the biceps as we lift the chin, eyes forward, collarbones spread. Now I'm gripping the mat with my fingertips and knuckles. I'm almost wanting to pull my heart, right? Pull my heart through the biceps towards the front, right? So I'm pulling through, and that's lighting up all of the muscles in my arms, my shoulders, but also my back, right? Strong back here. Very active Sphinx pose. 2 more steady breaths. 1 more big breath. Breathe out. Good. Release. Take the hands back by your side. Press palms down into mat. Press tops of feet. Continue to press tops of feet. Locust pose. Lift heart. Again, spread collarbones. Belly pulling away from mat. Kneecaps are lifted, thighs engaged, bottom also engaged, strong back bend. Option here, interlace fingers, bring wrist creases together, reach knuckles towards heels, and lift heart a little more. Back of neck is long. 2 more steady breaths here. 1 more big breath. Good work. Hands, rib cage, push back, child's pose. So stay in child's pose. Reach the sit bones as far back as you can. Reach the fingertips as far forward as you can. And then ground the heart as close to the earth as you can. Take a couple of big deep breaths. I'm sure you can hear that. What sounds like a very angry lorikeet. 1 more big breath. Alrighty. Pop yourself up. You've done such a beautiful job so far, but stay with me. We're still here. Bridge. Setu Bandhasan. Notice where the feet end up, about hip distance. I can reach around and touch my ankles. I'm going to press my arms down into the mat and then roll my hips up into bridge. All right, let's practice here together. First bridge. We are going to do a couple, and I'm going to give you a couple of options to use your arms in different ways. So right now, pressing the arms strongly into the mat. I can feel my arms here. I'm hoping you can hear me okay. I am feeling my arms here. There's definitely some warmth and energy. There's a little shudder and shake. We have worked this morning. All right, bring yourself back down. Just take a look at the next option. Interlacing, fingers underneath the back. All right, now I'm going to roll. Watch my shoulders here. I'm going to roll head of shoulder underneath, other head of shoulder underneath. Notice what that does to the front of my body, right? Spreading my heart towards, actually directly towards the sun behind me. I'm going to push down into the pinky fingers of my hands and pressing into my forearms, reaching through my knuckles towards my heels, right? To pop the heart, spread my chest, right? And to really open up my heart space. I can now breathe fully into my lungs, especially through the front part of my rib cage. All right, so if you're ready, give that a go. In any case, just press your arms strongly into the mat. Press your arms strongly into the mat to open yourself up through the front. One more big breath here. Breathe out fully. Good. You can bring yourself down. Take a look at the next option. It's strong, okay? Hands, catch the back of your hips, right? Catch the back of sacrum. You're pressing elbows into mat, and I've caught my hips, right? But notice the shape in my spine, right? Still big back bend, heart opener. And here we stay. All right, I'm still actively pressing into my feet, but very much feeling body weight in my hands, my arms, my elbows, actively opening through the heart, breathing deeply into front ribs. Stay with it. 2 more. One more big breath. Good. Release the arms no matter where they are. Roll yourself back down to the mat. Catch the knees, give yourself a hug. Good. You might choose to rock and roll. If you're not happy with rocking and rolling up and down the spine, just bring yourself up to a seat. Good. 2 more rolls if you are rolling. Notice that C shape in the spine, smooth roll. Last one. Alrighty. Take one leg out, bring the other heel in. Turn towards the long leg, reach up, big breath. Bow forward, reaching as far as you can. Now you might take the option here, as I've done, palms to sky, and then just allow gravity to fold you over the long leg. Option here, you might choose to catch the foot or the shin, and then use that to draw yourself even closer towards your long leg. All right, so notice one here, more active. One here, a little more passive. Just choose what you need in this moment. If you've had a very active week, then right now it might be best just to practice a little more passively. One more breath here. Breathe out. Roll yourself back up. Let's do the same on the other side. Other leg goes out, long leg comes in. Turn towards the long leg, big breath. Exhale as you fold. Again, palms could stay up and allow gravity to fold you, more passive. Maybe you need more activity right now and you catch whatever you can catch and draw yourself down towards that long leg, right? Thinking heart reaching forward and down. So take the option that you need. Notice how your breath has started to slow. Heart rate has also probably started to slow. Take one more steady breath here. Roll yourself up. Let's take a butterfly. So soles of the feet will come together. And again, you can practice this in a more passive or more active way. Active, let's bring the feet in quite close to the sit bones. Catch the feet. Take the knees out wide, maybe using your elbows to put some pressure on the legs, and then actively fold yourself forward. Option, more passively, take the feet further away from the body. Again, turn the palms up. You can rest the hands here on the feet. Notice we're not grabbing or gripping. And then you just let the head drop and let gravity do whatever it needs to do. Two very different ways energetically to practice our butterfly. And again, you got the option to choose what you need in this moment. Two more steady breaths. One more steady breath. Alrighty, roll yourself up to a seat. You can swing your legs out towards the corners of your mat. We are going to roll down with control down to the mat. Hands drop down by your side, palms up, Shavasana. So just before we drift off into Shavasana, take note of what has happened over this moment. Notice any sensations in your physical, your emotional body, your psychological body, your breath body. Take note of how it feels to lie down in Shavasana. Take a big breath in to draw all of that awareness into every cell of your body. Breathe out fully. Do that again, big breath in. Breathe out. One more, inhale. Exhale. Shavasana. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you need more time in Shavasana, you stay exactly as you are. I'm going to sign off now. Again, a huge thank you. And I look forward to seeing you back here at the Nourishment Co very soon. Namaste.